Hello, brave explorers. Today, we meet Toby the Toad, a gentle heart from Mossy Creek who learns that even the smallest leap can take you somewhere amazing. Let's begin. Toby the Toad and the Leap of Belief. In the quiet banks of Mossy Creek, surrounded by lily pads and willows, lived a small, round toad named Toby. Toby loved the sound of the water, the tickle of grass under his toes, and watching the dragonflies zip across the pond. But there was one thing Toby didn't love: jumping, which was unusual for a toad. The other young toads could leap high and far, from one lily pad to the next, from stone to shore. But when Toby tried, he barely made it an inch. Some laughed and some rolled their eyes. And so, over time, Toby stopped trying. Instead, he stayed near the edge, dreaming quietly. One day, news spread through the marsh. The Great Frog Games are returning. It was a big event filled with friendly contests, bug-catching races, puddle dances, and the final challenge, the long leap. All the young toads were excited. Even Toby's best friend, Juno the tree frog, was practicing flips. "You joining this year, Toby?" she asked. Toby looked down. "I don't think I'm good enough." Juno frowned. "You don't have to win. You just have to try." But Toby shook his head. "I don't want everyone watching me fail." That night, under the stars, Toby sat alone. He whispered into the water, "I wish I could leap like them." The water rippled gently in reply. First moral: you don't have to be the best to be brave. You just have to try. The next morning, Toby heard a tiny voice. "Excuse me." He turned and saw a small snail named Nell stuck on a high leaf, stranded by a gust of wind. "I climbed too high, and now I can't get down," she said. Toby looked around. No one else was nearby. The only way up was a jump. Toby's legs trembled, but he looked at Nell's frightened eyes and took a breath. "Okay," he said. "I'll try." He backed up and leapt. He didn't fly through the air like the others, but he jumped just far enough to reach the leaf. Nell beamed. "You did it." Together, they slid safely to the ground. Toby smiled for the first time in days. Maybe he could leap. Second moral: when you do something for someone else, you often find strength you didn't know you had. The day of the Great Frog Games arrived. The marsh buzzed with excitement. There were races, dancing, and games galore. Then came the final event, the long leap. Contestants lined up one by one, leaping across the pond. Some flipped, some splashed, some soared. Toby watched from the back, heart pounding. Then, Nell the snail crawled onto a rock and shouted, "Toby saved me with his jump yesterday. He's braver than he knows." All eyes turned. Toby gulped. And then he stepped forward. The other toads cheered. Toby looked at the water, then at the lily pad across the pond. He didn't want to win. He just wanted to believe. He crouched down and jumped. Not the farthest, not the highest, but farther than he ever had before. And when he landed, splash, the whole marsh erupted in cheers. Juno hugged him. "You did it." Elder Croak, the old bullfrog, handed Toby a small medal carved from a river stone. For the biggest leap of all, not of legs, but of heart. Third moral: the biggest leaps in life are the ones you take when you believe in yourself. From that day on, Toby didn't hide near the edge anymore. He still wasn't the fastest or the highest jumper, but he always showed up. He leapt, he tried, and he believed. And when someone felt unsure or scared, Toby would say, "Don't worry. I didn't think I could either. Let's leap together." And that made all the difference. The end. Moral value summary: you don't have to be the best to be brave. Helping others brings out your hidden strengths. Believing in yourself is the most important leap of all. Thank you for leaping with Toby today. Remember, courage doesn't mean jumping the farthest, it means trying, even when you're scared. Like, subscribe, and join us next time for more magical animal tales.